Sure. All right, you want to get to RNN?
I'm ready for some RNN. Yo, so look, remember when we was talking about Johnson and Johnson killing niggas, right?
Yeah.
So look, bro, like I didn't know this, but like they pretty much have found a way to where they do not have to pay. I'm not gonna say they don't have to pay, but they're finding ways to where the people who are suing them, they're able to get out of paying the settlements. You know what I'm saying? It's this thing called the Texas Two Step. So pretty much what the Texas Two Steps is, right? It allows companies to where when you're being sued, you can create a separate company, and with that separate company, instead of suing the bigger company, you sue the separate company. But you pretty much what Johnson and Johnson is doing, and this is happening with the baby powder. Like recently, we found out that the baby powder was giving people cancer. You know what I'm saying? So talcum powder, it pretty much it has this thing called asbestos in it, and with the asbestos, it's like it's pretty much like talcum powder is something that's mined. And when you go and the miners pretty much when they will go and try to dig for it, they will get asbestos poison in, and this you find out people dying from it. But what happened was the people from Johnson and Johnson knew this way back in the day that their baby powder was giving people asbestos. You know what I'm saying? So what they did to get around it was they did these studies where asbestos wasn't found in the talcum, but other substances that create asbestos is in the powder. And they've been selling it to people for years. So what ended up happening, hold on. Let me find my little notes,
RNN.
It's RNN, yo. So look, yo,
Be
where's her
precise,
name?
B.
I gotta be precise. Her name is Diane Berg. She's a physician assistant at a hospital in South Dakota. She was one of the plaintiffs, like that just started this whole new wave of complaints off. She was pretty much like she she went to go get checked because like she said her daughters, their dad had died from cancer. So she went to go check out. She was like, oh, I want to make sure I live. First, she didn't come back, you know what I'm saying, that she was like positive for cancer or anything like that. Come back, they found out that, you know what I'm saying, that, okay, she has a couple like strains, mutations, cancer mutations, right? So she freaking out. She trying to find out what it was. Come to find out, she said that she was like not hypnotized, but Johnson& Johnson has a commercial where it's like, a powder a day will keep the odor away or some shit like that. So she will always use it on herself to keep herself from chafing and everything. She ended up having ovarian cancer. So what she did, and that's why I'm getting back to the whole Texas two-step thing. What she did was when she found out that okay, they found talcum, you know what I'm saying, in her ovaries, and they was like, all right, bam, we know what it is. It's coming from the powder. She goes, she sues Johnson and Johnson, right? She's the one who started off the whole wave, right? Johnson has to pay out billions from this shit, right? What they ended up doing, they do the Texas two-step. Fuck it, you're not gonna sue Johnson and Johnson. You're gonna sue this smaller company, and they made it to where the smaller company has a lower amount of assets, to where now there's over 38,000 people over a year that's filed a lawsuit against Johnson and Johnson, right? Each and every day that this goes on, and it's happening for 11 months, a person has died. These are 38,000 people that actually have cancer. They were able to do this legal move to where now it's going to bankruptcy court, and these people may not get anything. They might not be able to. Their doctor bills may not be paid. Nothing, because pretty much the smaller company doesn't have the same amount of assets that Johnson and Johnson has. Johnson and Johnson is a company that's worth over like $500 billion, right? Like trillion with a T. You know what I'm saying? So you worth over $500 billion. You have one of the highest credit scores in the United States, but they're not paying for the victims. And come to find out, Johnson and Johnson has been doing this for years. Not only have they done this with the baby powder, but they've also done it with kids' medicines. Like 40 types of the kids' medicines were recalled because they mixed with the wrong ingredients.
What?
Yeah, because Johnson and Johnson sells everything. Kids' medicine,
That COVID shot.
the COVID shot, like I remember when the COVID shot came and it was like Johnson Johnson. I was like, yo, they must like Johnson Johnson also makes contact lenses. The contact lenses was had to go back because they was giving people extreme pain. They were like Rolaids, the tablets. They had to send those back because it was like metal debris in them and all types of shit.
What?
The biggest one where I noticed, and I'm like, look, I feel like we need to like boycott Johnson and Johnson because it's proven to be an evil company for this whole time. They had a drug called Resperol, right? The drug was made for people with schizophrenia. So they found out that the market for schizophrenia was small. They were only making $100 million off of this drug. So what they did, they went and found a pharmaceutical company to give this drug to people who had dementia and Alzheimer's. Because if you got dementia and Alzheimer's, you ain't going to remember the medicine you was taking, right? So they ended up getting the company to sell this drug after the FDA told them that, hey, you can't give this to older people. It may be fatal. The FDA told them that, and they did it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So they sold this drug to people who had Alzheimer's and everything. It went from making $100 million to $280 million. All for the money, and then they have more lawsuits. So today on RNN, I'm just saying, like, yo, we should really boycott that company because what they're trying to do is they're pushing all these drugs on us and these things that are supposed to help us because come to find out, baby powder was like, I think it was like over 75% of Americans use baby powder on their kids. You know what I'm saying? Like Johnson & Johnson products are big. It's used in hospitals. It's everything. But when it comes to like ethics, you know what I'm saying? Like how do you give drugs to people where the people clearly told you not to give it to older people and you did it for gain? You know what I'm saying? And how in the world do you know what I'm saying, cause people to have cancer, but you're not paying for what you cause them to have after you knew that your product has asbestos in it or has, I guess, components of asbestos. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's just what I want to bring up today with RNN was just, yo, Johnson & Johnson is getting away with murder, and I think we should boycott that shit.
All right, man. So we boycott. Shout out to Raylo for giving us a brief history lesson on Johnson & Johnson.
No more Johnson.
No more of that baby oil.
No more of that baby oil. So
I
that
ain't
was
using none of
RN.
that.
So that was RNN for today, man. What's y'all thoughts on that?
What am I gonna do now? Now I get my shorty back.
It's been 10 days, I'm 3 hours, I was in burning to
Nigga said the party.
said that nigga, this part where he was like,
Can you feel it burning?
so that was him burning?
That was him burning, bitch.
Oh.
Oh yeah, man. Shout out to Johnson & Johnson, man.
Them
Feel,
niggas is killing niggas, dog.
Yeah, that was good, man.
That was good, right?
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
That nigga had notes.
He really
and
did his
everything.
research. Yeah, he really was talking.
Hey, yo, that nigga came,
Watch out, see.
hey, that nigga came in with a briefcase. You know how, like, you know how the reporters are? They come to the office. Guess what I discovered last night? They slam their briefcase on
You're
their
not gonna believe this.
You're not going to believe this. And they open up the laptop and the article there. Look what I just.
Oh my
Look,
god.
hey, look, they push the laptop towards you. Read this.
They turned that shit right.
they turn it to you. Read this.
Look at paragraph number 7.
Nigga said he had the top stories, nigga.
Yo.
The Texas two-step. Y'all learned something new today.
Yeah, nah, man, but yeah.
I learned about the Texas two-step.
I mean, shit, I would use that for my company, but not if I was killing niggas.
Nah,
Can't be killing niggas
Can't be killing niggas, yo.
at all.
Wait, so what's your go-to now, yo?
What?
Just get raw shea butter.
Yo, I don't use none of that type of shit, bro. I don't even think I used any of that on my son. I definitely never used baby powder.
Yeah,
I used a wipe. I may have used a Johnson & Johnson product and not known that it was Johnson & Johnson, but now I'm gonna be on it. Like, fuck that. Like, more people should know about that shit. Because it's
That's
like,
good.
yo, they've been doing that for years. And what happens if we forget about it? Start buying the shit again.
Yeah, right. After like 10 years.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube page.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah.
Tell your homegirl to listen to
Tell your homegirl to listen to us, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. We at 114 subscribers. We trying to get to 214 subscribers.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Man, just fuck with us, man. We trying, man. But you know, it's your boy D Malls.
Easy.
B Diddy.
It's right low, nigga. What's good?
And y'all, we out of here.
It's really not that serious.